CBS 4 is sharing veterans' voices. Tonight, a story of heroism and friendship. Indiana's only living Medal of Honor recipient became well known for his valor in Vietnam, but what's less known is the years-long friendship that was forged by that remarkable rescue he performed all those years ago.
I just did for my brothers what I knew he'd do for me.
Two men, two veterans bound together by valor on a battlefield in Vietnam. Their story, one of survival, and now, years later, of friendship.
Probably that was in Salina, and we were just talking.
One of their stories is well known. Sergeant Sammy Davis received the Medal of Honor for his heroism in March of 1967, when his artillery unit came under attack by an estimated 1,500 North Vietnamese regulars. Despite severe wounds and still taking fire, the native Hoosier swam across a Vietnamese canal on a damaged air mattress 3 times to save 3 U.S. servicemen. One of them, Private Jim Deister.
When I found Jim laying with the rest of the guys, he was dead.
When the dust-off helicopters came, they put me in a body bag and tried to put me on the helicopter and found me moving. And so that is what I remember. Good morning, brother.
Good morning, sir.
More than 50 years later, the two veterans reunited to talk about that terrible day on a Zoom call.
After I had been shot.
Jim Deister lives in Kansas and retired as a rehabilitation counselor. But that day in 1967, he was a demolition specialist on the wrong side of that canal with a chest wound and a severe head injury that to this day has left him with partial deafness and impaired speech.
I remember a red-headed fellow looking through the bushes. I had no idea who he was.
I wasn't going to leave him. I wanted him to be across the canal with my guys, so I did. I mean, I just did for my brothers what I knew he'd do for me.
Amid the fog of war, Deister had no idea how he had survived until years later he heard the unique details of Davis's Medal of Honor story, realizing he was one of those survivors. He arranged an emotional meeting at a veterans event.
To meet Sam, to meet a Medal of Honor recipient was amazing. But to know that this fellow saved my life was even more amazing.
The first time that I seen you, I knew it was you. It was my Jim Deister, and the friendship has been all these years, and it just keeps getting better.
That friendship brought them back to Vietnam and to that canal where war first brought them together. By then, it already held new meaning.
For years, I didn't have anything to help make it better. After coming into Jim's life and his family's life, now it's okay. It eases my heart, puts strength back in my soul, and I continue on. Thank you very much.
Both Davis and Deister share their story of friendship and heroism with veterans and civilians all across the country. They say it's their obligation as survivors.
It is up to us who are able to live our lives the very best that we can in order to honor them.
Jim's out talking and spreading the word, and I'm out talking and spreading the word, and it's love. No matter what you're faced with, you don't lose until you quit trying. I didn't quit trying.
Sammy Davis became known as the real Forrest Gump after movie producers used his story and his Medal of Honor ceremony in the famous film. Jim Deister has embraced his role in that story and proudly tells everyone if Davis is the real Forrest Gump, that makes him the real Lieutenant Dan. Be sure to join us tomorrow night for a full special sharing stories of Hoosier heroes. Our special broadcast airs at 7:30 right here on CBS 4.